Okay, so chances are you saw the pictures, right? Or maybe you're one of the lucky ones who saw it yourself. We're talking about that incredible light show that stretched across the entire United States. On this explainer, we're going to break down the cosmic science behind this great American aurora.
All right, let's dive right in. This was the event that had people all over the country just running outside, phones in hand, trying to capture the spectacle. This was a cosmic light show on a scale that, honestly, most of us have never seen before in our lives. So the big question is, why? What was actually happening up there? Why were these streaks of green and pink and purple just dancing across skies that almost never get to see them? Let's get into it.
And to be really clear, this wasn't just a treat for people in states up near the Canadian border. No way. The aurora was spotted as far south as Florida. Yeah, Florida. That's how absolutely massive this event really was.
Check this out. People in places like Alabama, Ohio, and Texas were seeing these vibrant red, purple, and green colors lighting up their night skies. These are definitely not your typical aurora-watching hotspots, folks.
So to really understand what happened here on Earth, we actually have to look about 93 million miles away. This whole story, it starts with our star, the Sun.
The scientific cause of all this beauty is something called a coronal mass ejection, or you can just say CME. The easiest way to think about it is like a massive, powerful solar storm. The sun basically just erupts, hurling this giant cloud of energized particles and magnetic fields out into space.
Okay, so how does a solar outburst 93 million miles away end up creating a brilliant light show in our atmosphere? Well, it's a pretty fascinating journey.
It's really a four-step cosmic dance. So first, the sun has its big outburst, that CME. Then, when those particles finally reach us, they run into Earth's magnetic field. It's like our planet's own personal magnetic shield. That shield funnels the particles down toward the poles. Then comes the big moment. Those particles slam into gases in our atmosphere, and those collisions release energy in the form of light. And that's the beautiful aurora.
But this event wasn't just beautiful. It was also incredibly powerful. The amount of energy involved was so immense that it was officially classified as a major geomagnetic storm. The experts over at the Space Weather Prediction Center gave this storm a G4 rating. Now, that's the second highest level possible on their 5-step scale, so we were witnessing a truly severe event. This was a big deal.
And just to put that power into perspective, Sean Dahl, a forecaster with NOAA, said the storm's magnetic field was, get this, a staggering 8 times stronger than normal. That is just an enormous amount of energy hitting our planet. And this wasn't just some run-of-the-mill storm. As the Space Weather Prediction Center itself pointed out in an advisory, and I quote, "Watches at this level are very rare." So yeah, we were witnessing something truly exceptional.
And that kind of power, it has a serious side. Severe geomagnetic storms like this one can actually disrupt the technology we rely on every single day. We're talking about things like causing fluctuations in power grids, messing with GPS, disrupting radio signals, and even affecting satellite communications.
So we know it was powerful, but what about those incredible colors? Why did people see greens and reds and even purples? Well, the answer is basically a chemistry lesson happening way, way up in our atmosphere.
It all depends on what gas those solar particles are colliding with. When the particles hit oxygen molecules about 60 miles up, our eyes see that classic vibrant green. But when they collide with nitrogen much higher up in the atmosphere, that's when you get those beautiful and often much rarer reds and purples.
And get this, if you think you missed the whole show, you might actually be in luck. In a really fascinating twist, forecasters have said this whole event might have just been the opening act. Apparently, the final and most energetic CME from this whole solar outburst, it's still on its way to Earth.
And this just leaves us with a final, fascinating thought. The sun is moving into a more active phase of its natural cycle. So seeing an event this powerful just makes you wonder, as our star continues to wake up, what other incredible celestial sights does it have in store for us next? Kind of makes you want to keep looking up, doesn't it?